Hello, peeps. I just want to talk about this article I come across, and I think it was Lewis Hamilton in an interview, Thursday interview at the Singapore Grand Prix, and he was talking about they must have asked him about Verstappen winning the World Championship with a few races to spare, and his reply was that, look, I've won the World Championships with sometimes with about 4 races to spare, but it's not really ideal for the fans. He's talking about in the now times, like right now, it's not ideal for the fans for one of the drivers just to win the race, win the world championship with about 6 or 7 races to spare. So he was saying that he sympathizes with the fans, yeah, and he feels for them, because there could be much more excitement, much more to be revealed, and much more to be seen. But yeah, it's looking like the championship is nearly over. But yeah, congrats to Max anyway. So let me just say to you what Lewis said to the reporter. He said, definitely, I feel for the fans. It's never great when the season finishes early. For you as the one individual is great, but for the actual sport is not spectacular. Well, what he's saying is kind of true because look at last season. Yeah, he went to the last race of the season, and Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton, 2014, it went to the last race of the season. 2007, it went to the last race of the season. It was Lewis Hamilton versus Kimi Räikkönen. It went to the last race of the season in Brazil, and Kimi won the world championship in the Brazilian Grand Prix. And the next season, it was Felipe Massa versus Lewis Hamilton. It went to the last Grand Prix of the season as well. So yeah, and Lewis Hamilton came out on top and won the world championship in 2008. And if you look in 2014 also, it went to the last Grand Prix of the season. And I think in 2010, yeah, it went to the last Grand Prix of the season, the first world championship of Sebastian Vettel. It went to the last Grand Prix of the season. And I think one more world championship for Sebastian Vettel went to the last Grand Prix. And yeah, last year it went to the last lap as well, and Max Verstappen won that one. So what Lewis is saying is kind of makes sense. And if you look into the stats as well, last year the final Grand Prix of the season, it had about 180 million views around the world. And yeah, so I mean, I have to show respect to Red Bull and Max Verstappen, but next year I want to see a few changes, like Lewis with a strong car, George Russell in the mix, Ferrari's doing well, taking race wins. Max is gonna be there and thereabouts, because he's growing as a driver and he's getting very consistent. But definitely, Lewis Hamilton sympathizes with the fans, and yeah, I agree with him. So yeah, not taking away from Max Verstappen brilliance this season, I would have loved for the championship to go to the final race of the season this year because Ferrari definitely had the pace even to win the world championship in convincing fashion. It's just that there wasn't when Red Bull put up a fight, Ferrari wasn't too confident in themselves, and Max came on strong, and I feel like Charles Leclerc is just as good as a driver as Max Verstappen. It's just that Max has the better car and his team is more efficient than the Ferrari. Ferrari lost a lot of points from DNFs and that. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos so we can get more exposure. Take care.